PDP political structure led by the governor, Sheriff Oburawari, who took himself, his deputy, the entire cabinet, the entire structure, even a former vice presidential candidate, Ifeanyi Okowa, who happens to be a two-time governor of that state, and none of them are now standing on the mandate. They, took off yesterday from the ruling party in that state. That's supposed to be the PDP, and of course, carpeted to the APC. And, it's part of what is getting so many persons to worry and say, what is going on? What happens to opposition politics in Nigeria? Ned Nwoko, took his baggage and left for the APC at some point, and many persons are saying practically PDP is dead in that state. Umoeno, of governor of Akwa Ibom State, already pitched his tent with President Tinubu come 2027. He was, seen to have said it at the program. He has reiterated it to say, it's not a mistake. This is where I am. And even in Osun State as well, a very ranking member of the PDP, a rep, Oluwole Oke, tendered his resignation, left the same PDP yesterday. Even in the Nnpp in Kano State, Senator Kawu have, left and defected to the APC, said politics is local. What has happened to opposition politics in Nigeria, especially the PDP being depleted by the day? But for what happened in Delta State, I'll allow you to take a look.
Come. Let them move, let them turn, let them move.
What are you doing? Come on. They don't suffer. To
build the bond of love that have existed in our state, to further advance the cause of security and the welfare of our people, and to a very large extent ensure that development in Delta, because every politics is local, is not truncated. And in taking that decision, we came to the inevitable conclusion that moving out of the PDP is very, very necessary for us to be able to collaborate with our kins and kin and build that state that every Delta will be proud of. We believe that what is happening and the state of the PDP is akin to that palm wine whose tastes have changed, and there was a need for us to change the drinking pattern. And that is why this decision has been taken unanimously by leaders and stakeholders of the party, and by the grace of God, on Monday next week, we will be able to make a very big statement as to the fact that we are moving into the APC. But I have here with me, perhaps, but also when you ask questions, you'll be able to throw more light as to the reason why we have to adjust our drinking pattern of this particular palm wine whose taste.
All right, you just had the Commissioner for Information there in Delta State say officially that their position is known, but officially by Monday they will state and possibly, their movement from the PDP to the APC. We have with us here PDP chieftain, former Deputy Publicity Secretary of the PDP, Prince Diron Odeyemi. He joins us virtually. Good morning, Prince. Good morning.
Good morning. I'm happy to join you this morning.
Right. And I'm sure you are abreast of the information flying around. It seems, just like I said, figurative, because I know you're a football lover, you're a gunner, by the way. It was quite an active one yesterday, and it seems your party is on life support right now. Did you see that coming?
In terms of the resignation of Oluwole, yes, it wasn't a news to us. He had been preparing himself for this, right from, almost 1.5 years ago. And I'm one of the people who exposed him and told the people of Osun State that Oluwole Oke will be leaving PDP because he has a major grievance against the governor of the state. And I'm happy that he did not hide his feelings. He told me personally. And I reported it to the governor, and the governor offered his own explanation, which up till now, I'm sure Wole Oke is not ready to forget. And what is that main issue? In fact, there are two issues, but one that is major, which gave us the indication that I was going to leave, was when his colleague, Bamidele Salam, was selected as the chairman of appropriation committee for public accounts. And what happened? In the last dispensation, only 3 PDP members, were members of the rep. That is Oluwole Oke from Oboku, Bamidele Salam from Ejigbo, from Ede, and one from Ife, Agile. When they got to the house, they rely on Oluwole Oke as a ranking member to put them through. And he told them that they should all work for Gbajabiamila. That if Gbajabiamila becomes the speaker, they are going to be the chairman of certain committees. But eventually, when Gbajabiamila won, Oluwole Oke was given the public account. And when he got that position, he disregarded his colleagues, that is, Agile and Salam. He had nothing to do. In fact, they said he hardly picked their calls again, which more or less caused a kind of crisis among them. This time around, when the speaker came, that is Abbas, when he came to campaign in Osun, Governor Adeleke made it known to him that, look, we are forming a minority in the House of Rep now. Will you still give us that committee chairmanship, that is the public account? And the man promised. When eventually the man won, Governor Adeleke, being a Democrat, called all the rep members and said, yes, we have been given this position. Go and choose among yourselves who will be the chairman. And they all came together. And they said among themselves, they voted. And Oluwole Oke had only one vote. That is, he had Soya Omiri, who is from the Ijesha zone, that supported it. The rest recanted his attitude when he was holding that position and said, yes, you have not done well. You have not put us right, and you always forget us whenever you get whatever it is you want to get. And rather than agree that it was his colleagues who voted against him, he now blamed it on the governor. And the governor offered his explanation. I remember by the time we were choosing who was going to be the candidate for the local government election, I specifically mentioned it to the governor that Oluwole Oke will decamp. And he wanted to choose his PA as the candidate of the party at the local government. So that at the end of the day, when he is decamping, he will have added more feather to his cap and say, yes, as a fifth time members of the rep, I have also nominated my PA as the chairman of the party, of the local government, and they will have to rate him more than expected. So I told the governor that, look, Oluwole Oke is fighting you, is going to fight you to the end. Let me use the language you use in Yoruba. The governor gba omijé lójú mi, màá gba ẹ̀jẹ̀ lójú governor. That is a very serious statement for anybody to utter.
Wole Oke said that.
He said that, yes. And since that time, we have been preparing ourselves. We knew he was going to go eventually. So his going yesterday wasn't new to us. You can see that from what he has been writing. And another reason why he left is because he has seen the handwriting on the wall that if he contests the primary election in Oboku and Oriade today, he is not going to win. He will not even have, he will have 4 delegates in Oboku and possibly 5 in Oriade, making 9 out of almost 60 delegates. So there is no way he would have won that primary election. He knew that within himself. And the chairman did the right thing. That is Honorable Sunday Bisi. He said, well, you don't have to run away from the party. You don't have to fight anybody. Prepare yourself for primary election. And that is what a good chairman should say. Prepare yourself for primary election. But he knew, and we assured him, I told him personally, that there is no way he will have won. He's going to win that primary election. And he saw it clearly. So he ran away for a defeat of the primary election. He's a clever politician. And whatever it is you are calling him now, please note one thing. He won the election not because he's Oluwole Oke, it's because the people of Obokun Ade voted for him. Wole Oke wouldn't come from Esauke to come and vote in Obokun. He wouldn't leave in Esauke on the day of election and go and vote in Ijebu-Jesha or Ikwetu-Jesha. It is the combination of the people that supported him during that election that made him to be winning election. It's not Wole Oke. I don't want to go into various issues when it comes to financing election. Wole Oke never financed any election.
All right, Prince Odeyemi.
Don't let me go there.
All right, Prince Odeyemi. Okay, just for a moment, away from Honorable Wole Oke for now. Let's look at the bigger picture, the entire PDP now. Let's look at the bigger picture. Just yesterday, the entire PDP structure in Delta State defected to the APC. That was a massive move. I don't know if you saw that coming. The question is this, Prince, do you see this as just a political realignment or a loss of confidence in the leadership of your party, the PDP, and its direction?
I just want to put it to you that this is not the first time people will defect from a political party. This is not the first time.
But this one is massive. This one is massive. Honorable Prince, this one is massive. The governor, all the local government chairman, the entire cabinet, even the vice presidential candidates in the state, I mean, the entire PDP structure of a state defecting. So this is quite new.
I agree with you. I'm not denying that. What I'm putting to you is that right now, just like you liken the season to a football season. Yes, this is the season. What you are saying now, what you describe as massive defection, is only happening to PDP now. I want you to wait until that time when all these people who come to APC will vie for a position in APC, or we say they want to become something in APC. That is when you will see them coming back. Atiku today was once a member of APC. He defected. Bukola Saraki once defected. Tambuwa once defected. Where are they today? They are back in PDP. What I think you should be talking about is, do we have political ideology in Nigeria?
Absolutely.
Are these defection good for our democracy? Are people principled? These are what is germane and what should concern us, not about people moving from PDP to APC. What you are seeing today in APC, 24 hours is a long time in politics. I can assure you, many of them will still come back to PDP. They are going to APC. Does that mean that APC are not in existence in the states, from which they are the company? No.
Prince Odeyemi, please, coming back to the question. My question is, do you see this as just a political realignment or a loss of confidence in the leadership of PDP and its direction?
Political realignment, survival means, and perhaps a kind of let me stop at that. Survival means. Many of them are afraid of federal might. Many of them think when they have to conduct election tomorrow, the federal government will use their power to ensure that whoever they want emerge victorious. Whereas it's not going to be so. Nigerians are wiser. Bring all the police, bring all the military. Influence whatever it is you want to influence within the INEC and within the masses. The masses know the truth. It's going to be an election between the masses, not a political party this time around. It's the people who are hungry. It is the voters. It is the electorate that will now face APC at the end of the day. It's not about people moving from one political party to another. And if you look at it, how many politicians, if you look at the number of politicians in each state, we are not more than 30% of the electorate. the electorate forms the majority, and people who are going to take their destiny in their hands. So that people are moving today is never an indication that they have won and they have won.
All right,
no.
Prince. All right, Prince Odemi. Let's talk about your party now, the PDP. The spate of defections. How do you see it affecting your party? What will be the implication on the structure of your party? Not just those who have defected. As we speak right now, more governors are actually eyeing the APC. They want to defect. What's happening? What exactly is happening with the PDP?
There are too many political calculations that is going on. And it depends on your own selfish it depends on what you want politically in 2027. Now, APC that people see as the avenue through which they can achieve their personal desire is going to explode. In PDP, I agree, and I'm telling you that we have crisis. We have internal crisis. But is there any political party in Nigeria today that is not having that crisis? No, nobody is free. No political party is free of crisis. It is the ability to resolve that crisis at whatever point in time that we now indicate which political party is stronger or not. I've said this severally. PDP is a party that will not die, irrespective of whatever is going on now.
But Prince Odemi, as it is now, the party is actually, as it is now, a lot of people will say the party is dying. As it is right now.
That is an assumption. Right now, some individuals are looking for a political party to use as against the APC. We have heard about coalition. God talks about coalition, about party coming together. Even though the PDP has said, yes, we are not part of it for now, but you never can rule out what is going to be the permutation and the strategy at the end of the day. Okay. 2027 is still far. This is 2025. Let us see the end of these games that is going on. And just like you likely said, you liken it to a football season. There is free exit, and free entrance. People are buying liability. People are getting assets.
All right, Prince.
There are times that you, as a footballer, you buy somebody and you think he's going to perform. At the end of the day, when he comes, it's going to be a failure.
All right.
In case of Oluwole, when Oluwole goes to PDP, to APC, I want APC to take their register and look at how many chairmen of the wards are coming with him. How many commissioners? At least we have 3 commissioners in Obokwan Oriade. How many of them are following him? Let us look for the names. Let us look for the personality that will follow him. It's not just about defecting.
All right, Prince.
Yes, people can defect, but it may not manifest at the end of the day.
We'll still come back to the Oluwole Oke conversation later. But since we're talking nationally now, you know, just to put it in the right context, Governor Umo Eno is of the PDP. Well, obviously, he's romancing the bigwigs of the APC. He has made his position known, and he has confirmed it again that this is where he is going. He's with Asiwaju come 2027. A Senate president is from that state of the APC, and, you know, everybody gives it to him. All right. Sheriff Oberewori of Delta has just moved the entire cabinet, the entire structure to the APC. Many persons are still being expected to say this is where, in Rivers, you are neither here nor there. The suspended governor is of the PDP, but there are rumors that he met President Tinubu a few days ago in UK, and maybe he might be looking for a soft landing for himself. Even in Osun State, there are rumors that maybe Governor Adeleke might be pitching his tent with Asiwaju come 2027. Rumor, I say. But in that transfer window, since we are using it as a basis this morning, if you're Arsenal, we lose his Bukayo Saka, we lose his Martinelli, we lose his Partey, we lose his Declan Rice, and they will still want to say they are still Arsenal. Arsenal can never die. They might never die, but they might never win anything. Figuratively speaking, since it's about football this morning, liking it to politics, Arsenal has not won the Premier League in more than 2 decades, neither the Champions League. They are still there. These are not the things that the fans want. Your people are moving in the opposite direction. You said the party will never die. How come you are not gaining? You're only losing.
Okay. What you are seeing now, or what you are talking about, are not the larger picture of Nigerian politics. And what do I mean by this? All these defections, all these permutations, all these strategical movements from PDP to APC are only happening in the South. The North has not spoken. They have not said anything. They are just looking at the Gale of Defection in the South. Of course, what the people who are defecting have been saying is that Asiwaju is from the South. It deserves to spend 8 years, which perhaps will not be objected to by the governor of Osun State, which you have just mentioned, that is likely to move.
Is that a confirmation?
But the indication of all this is that before 2027, by the time the North starts speaking with their own movements, then we will know that we are too hasty in making our decision, or that the defection here and there does not matter when it comes to presidential.
Prince, sorry, a quick one. Are you saying Governor Adeleke, sorry sir, are you saying Governor Adeleke will not be opposed to anyone coming from the South, either it's from the PDP or from the APC, and he might actually work for Asiwaju? Is that what you say?
It is most likely, and it is possible. I, as a former national officer, I was one of the advocates of the presidency coming to the South. And this is why I believed in the G governors who remain adamant that if you don't believe in the South, and you are not even giving us in the South, then it's better we wish the presidential election away. And I am now saying that right now, I'm not seeing any Southerner that will not support Asiwaju, irrespective of political party. It is now about the North and the South. Personally, as the Northern, I am saying it loud and clear that if the North presents a candidate, except if PDP presents a candidate from the South, if the PDP is able to present a candidate from the South, then I will follow the party. I will support the party. Anything outside that, and that is why I am saying it is most likely. I'm not speaking for Governor Adeleke.
Right.
I'm not a spokesperson. Olawale Rashid is the one. What I'm now saying is, it is most likely. It is the thinking of an average Southerner. It is the thinking of an average Yoruba person that should not present another candidate against, or the PDP present another candidate from the North against Asiwaju. So
if a PDP by 2027 will present a Northerner, you, the Northern, will rather work for an Asiwaju.
Exactly. That's my point. Yes.
Interesting.
And I'm saying it loud and clear.
Daniel.
All right, Prince Odeyemi. Talking about your party now, my question is this: what strategic steps are you taking to retain your remaining loyal members, and of course rebuild support, grassroots support? What strategic steps are you taking at this point? Because we've not heard anything from your party. A lot of defections away from your party to other parties. So what exactly are the strategic steps you are taking to retain the remaining loyal members of your party?
Is it at the state level or at the
national level? At the national level.
National level. You see, all politics are local. What you are talking about being national doesn't exist politically. Well, what do I mean by this? As far as PDP is concerned in Osun State, we are solid. And I don't see any APC, any candidate presented by APC winning an election against Ademola Adeleke. You can save that.
Sorry to cut in, Prince Odeyemi.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry to cut in. You are saying the PDP is solid in Osun State, and you do not see the APC presenting any candidate to beat Ademola Adeleke. My question to you is this, Prince. What if the governor himself decides to decamp to the APC? That's a big question.
So if it comes to APC, just like I said, if PDP is presenting a northerner, we are going to support Asiwaju. And the support may not necessarily be that you have to go to APC. And don't forget one thing, even in politics, there are situations whereby leaders, having carried a survey and knowing that there's no way they are going to win election in certain states, that they will now beckon and invite the governor, join us, you are the candidate. In as much as you choose Ademola Adeleke as the leader or as the candidate of the party, we are more than satisfied. It is not something that I'm privy to, that Senator Ademola Adeleke will join APC tomorrow. I'm not privy to that. But what I'm telling you is that don't rule out the possibility that even Asiwaju himself, knowing his caliber, knowing his capacity, knowing the support he's enjoying in Osun State, but even invite him. Yes, we have no candidate in Osun who can defeat you. But because Osun State is my state, why not align, join hands with me, so that we know we are in the same political party? If that happens, who is Senator Ademola Adeleke not to agree?
Is that conversation going on?
What?
Do we have a conversation going on?
I wouldn't know.
Prince, I always know you to be. Hold on, Prince. I always know you to be somebody. I always know you to somebody who doesn't hold back. Tell us, is that conversation going on?
I am not privy to it, but it's not unlikely.
Interesting.
But Prince Adeyemi. Prince Adeyemi,
I had my 2 and 2 together to get 4.
Oh, okay. All right, Prince Adeyemi. And that's exactly the question here. In your words, you are saying that the PDP is solid in Osun State. But let's look at what is going on nationally. If the APC is going after the leaders of the parties, it has a way of affecting the followers. So no matter how solid PDP is in Osun State, if peradventure the governor, should they come to the APC, don't you think it will have a devastating effect on the party structure in the state?
I don't see that. You see, political parties are just like a ladder through everybody climb to reach to whatever position they want. It is not, you see, don't let us arrogate a kind of myth around political parties. Don't forget the APC, the PDP, at a point in time, had more or less similar constitution. So when you are talking of political party, I've said it at the beginning of this interview, it's not about policy, it's not about principle, it's about which political party can you use to get to wherever you want to be.
All right.
But that's quite unfortunate. It should not be so. You people should stand for something. The PDP should stand for something.
It should not be so in like this situation in a real democratic setting.
All right.
People should be for one ideology or the other.
Prince, permit me to butt in here. We are due for a break. Yeah, we are due for a break. You will continue that thought and other questions as well, you know, when we come back, because many persons are saying Nigeria is gradually moving to a one-party state. But that will be after now. Stay with us.